It started 28 years ago here at the North Carolina Motor Speedway, the Unocal World Championship Pit Crew Challenge. Hello, everybody. I'm Barney Hall, and welcome to the North Carolina Motor Speedway for the 28th annual competition. Tim Brewer, a former winning crew chief in the competition here at Rockingham, will be working with me this afternoon. Tim, what are we looking for today here at Rockingham?
Barney, same old thing, consistency, speed. You know, you've got to get in a situation where no mistakes. If you make a mistake, it's going to cost you a penalty. NASCAR is going to tack it on. You can't afford one. Consistency, reach down within yourself, come up with a grit stop.
33 cars are sitting on pit road. The competition will be getting underway in just a moment. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Season was over. Winter heat.
Welcome back to the North Carolina Motor Speedway. Competition about to begin, and Tim Brewer, an unusual situation today. The defending world champions will be the first team out. Is that good for them, or is that bad?
Barney, I think it's a positive for Buddy Parrott and Rusty Wallace and those guys down there, because as a rule, as you sit there, tension builds, you get nervous. It's a situation where you might make a mistake. Somebody lays down a good time. You've got to reach down inside yourself and come up with something better. Now, I think it's better to go first, give them something to shoot at, and I think Buddy Parrott and Rusty Wallace is going to do that right off the bat.
Well, they're certainly good enough to do it. Let's go down to pit road right now, and Bill Weber, he'll give us an explanation of the rules.
Barney, these stops are electronically timed, so the real race begins right here. Now, there won't be any speeding tickets on pit road today because that rule is waived for this competition. But there are instructions that must be followed, and Gary Nelson penalties that you guys will be enforcing today. Tell us about some of them.
Well, there's penalties for about everything, it seems like, in this competition, because there's so much going on in such a short amount of time. But the primary things are man over the wall too soon. So we've got a signal that a man will drop his arm when the car enters the pit working area. The crew member's foot cannot be on the ground until that signal. And so they'll be in the air and timing it, and a lot of judgment trying to make sure they're not on the pavement, but getting out to the car as quickly as they can. Second penalty, or second thing that's probably more obvious, is the loose lug nuts. That seems to get them all every week, or every time we do this, every year. A lot of guys have loose lug nuts that have a fast pit stop. So the real key is checking the lug nuts after they've pulled away from the pit box. We check them to 80 foot-pounds of torque. If that lug nut turns before the wrench clicks on 80 pounds, then it's loose, and that's a pretty big penalty, and a lot of them you'll see today have that penalty.
Well, there'll be a 4-tire stop and 2 cans of fuel. Now, they'll all be aiming to break their world record, which is held by the Miller Genuine Draft Team. Buddy Parrott is that crew chief, and he's with my colleague, Randy Pemberton.
Thanks, Bill. Buddy Parrott is a 2-time winner of this event. He also won it in 1983 with Joe Ruttman behind the wheel. Buddy, first off, you guys are the first ones out there today in the Miller Genuine Draft Crew. What's it going to take to defend this title and break the world record of 22.454 seconds?
Well, obviously, anything under that number, but Scott Robinson was talking, you know, it'd be awful nice to, I think the first time they had a pit crew race here was for 2 tires. I think the Woods brothers set it at 21.977 or something like that. So it'd be awful nice to do 4 tires today in that time.
Okay, well, good luck today, Buddy Parrott. Certainly confident, but not overconfident. Anything can happen in about 20 seconds. Back to you, Barney.
Well, Buddy Parrott doesn't seem to have any nerve problem here this afternoon. He looks like he's ready. And in just a moment, Tim Brewer, the competition will be underway.
I knew someday that I'd come back, I knew it from the start.
The Statlers welcome Steve Warner.
It's a long, long way from the tips of my fingers.
I don't have all night, so let's get on with it. Let's keep going. Just moving right along.
I walk the line.
The Statler Brothers, TNN, tonight.
Welcome back to the North Carolina Motor Speedway. The competition is underway. Here comes the first team, Rusty Wallace. They're the defending champions, and Tim, a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on them, but they don't feel anything right now, Barney. The butterfly's gone away. These guys just doing what comes natural right now. Todd Parrott, he just went after that tire right there. Scott coming around the left side.
Scott Robinson and Jack Van doing a good job. Good smooth stop so far as they tighten those lug nuts, hit them right on the money.
Looks like a real fast stop too, Barney.
Down and away, and the base time on this is going to be a world record, 19.622. The key, if there isn't any penalties.
Well, buddy, he's not looking too good right there. Evidently heard that torque wrench click.
Buddy, is there a discrepancy about where the torque is on it, or what? What about the torque?
Well, I don't know yet. We're going around it right now. We'll know some in a minute.
Okay, Todd, he doesn't look too happy right there, Barney.
3 loose lug nuts, I think, is what I heard them say. That'll take them right out of it, Tim.
I tell you what, that's a bad situation to be in right now. Motion's going to run high. Todd, he'll do a good job here.
Todd? Yeah. What's the deal? Did you guys not know exactly what the torque was, or what happened?
Well, we torqued things down in the garage, and I watched the torque in the garage, and I sat there and watched the boy hit the lug nuts on the left rear, and I mean, he stayed on forever. Come down here, and they turned a little bit. No big deal. Hey, we won last year.
Yeah, it's got to be a disappointment for you to have those lugs not tight.
What do you say? Stuff happens. That's racing.
10 loose lug nuts, and that will take the champions right out of it. Here's Mark Martin coming into the Valvoline car. Boy, that is a great view of what the driver sees as he tries to find the pit and put it on the money, Tim.
Yeah, it's a great view from where Steve Mills at also, Barney. I've been in that situation a few times. It's really unique.
This looks like a good stop. Steve Mills hitting those lug nuts right on the money. Jack Man down and around to the left side of the car.
Steve Spar, he's awful strong Jack Man there, Barney.
They got a good time going if they don't have any penalties. Remember, that's the key in this.
And he stalls it, Barney.
Can't believe Mark Martin stalled the car with a good base time of 20.604 seconds.
Okay.
Got a loose nut over here.
Sorry. Hit it again. It's all right. Oh, we never had no loose nut. Steve, good stop. What'd you have, 1 loose lug left?
Yeah, I had a loose lug nut on the right rear. It's just one of those deals. You know, it's hard on Mark getting it in right and getting it out good, and it's hard on the Jackman. It's just hard on everybody. It's a lot of fun, but you're glad when it's over.
That penalty will make their time 23.604 seconds. Some of the other teams in the competition. This is Steve Grissom in the Die Hard car with a penalty. His time, 26.742 seconds.
Richard Petty's STP Pontiac with John Andretti on board. Good pit stop, 24.566 seconds. No penalties.
Ted Musgrave in the Family Channel Ford with a penalty, 27.383 seconds.
Jenny Dunleavy's Howlick Myers Ford, 25.434. No penalties.
Driver Jeff Gordon's Rainbow Warriors ready to go over the wall. Let's go down to the pit and see how nervous they are right now.
Barney, I'm with Ray Abraham. Ray, you guys have one of the most historic 2-tire stops in NASCAR history. You'd like to have another 4-tire stop here this morning, wouldn't you?
It'd be real great for these guys. They work real hard, and I'm real proud of them. You know, I just told them, you know, do the best they can, and however good they do, it's just an honor to be here, you know, and it's nice of Unocal to give these guys a chance to showcase their talents. So we're just happy to be here, but I think they're going to do a good job for us.
You guys been working on this at all?
These guys have. You know, I really can't take any credit. This pit crew kind of runs itself, so they've been working awful hard. I know they want this real bad.
One of the best. Good luck.
Thank you.
You ready? You guys all ready? George? You set? Okay, that's it.
Hey, Mike, put her in the hole easy, buddy. Down nice and easy, right in. Jump, boys.
If ever a team is ready, these guys seem to be, Tim. It's up to Jeff Gordon now.
I'll tell you what, he really brought that thing in there. You know, that's a direct approach. Bring it in, slide, and leave spinning. We'll see how he does there.
Those guys are hitting the lug nuts right on the money. Good stop on the right side. Jack Van comes around to the left side. Let's see if they have a good one here.
Tell you what, it's a fast stop, Barney. They're really rolling.
Boy, this time is going to be a good one. In fact, that's going to be a world record if they don't have any penalties.
That's a great pit stop, Barney.
19.363, Ray.
Wow, it's unbelievable. We're just praying right now that all these lug nuts are tight. And, boy, the guys have done a great job. If they're all tight, and even if they're not, they've done a great job.
This will be a world record right here.
Jeff Gordon, waiting the results of the lug nut test.
0. Now that's one of the greatest feelings you'll ever have on a pit crew right there.
World record! Congratulations!
Well, I can't accept any of this. It's got to go to those guys. They run themselves. Andy Papa did a great job with those guys. They work. They want it real bad, and it's so easy to lead guys that want to do it as bad as they do. God, I'm happy for them. They've done a great job.
Well, we'll see if it holds up.
Well, thank you.
More cars in today's competition. This is Kenny Schrader, 21.671 seconds, no penalty. Dale Jarrett in the Interstate Batteries car, 22.934 seconds, no penalty there. Jeremy Mayfield in the Finger Hut Ford, 22.757 seconds, no penalty. Here's Jeff Burton in the Rebestis car, 25.739 seconds, no penalty for them either. Next car, Hut Strickland in the Smoking Joe's Camel car. And Tim, this morning, these guys said they could do a good stop. Now they've got to produce.
Yeah, I talked to Travis Carter earlier this morning. He said the guys were really on a roll. They've been practicing this thing. I believe they're ready for it by now.
Quick stop there.
A little slip on that tire right there. That could have been disastrous.
Jackman recovers nicely, gets it under there, and they've still got a good stop going.
J2 finished up there.
That's going to be a good time. In fact, it's good for second, 21.189 seconds. Let's go down to Randy Pemberton in the inspection area.
How was it? Good stuff. No penalties? Hey, can you do anything differently when you practice for these championships? Do you do anything differently than in a normal pit stop or not?
Well, some people try to do some stuff different. We just done the regular routine just like we always do.
How were the nerves before you went out?
Oh, they were nervous.
You better believe it.
At this stage of the competition, this is the look at the top 5 right now. Well, we've seen a little bit of everything thus far in the competition, some real good times, but Tim Brewer, there's still a lot of guys to go that could win this thing.
Barney, there's an awful lot of talent and competitive people back there yet to go, and it wouldn't surprise me if somebody pulled a rabbit out of the hat. They've got a lot of spirit down there, and they're not ready to roll over and play dead yet.
Well, a lot of cars yet to go. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Buy 3 packs of Polaroid Instant Film between now and December 31st, and we guarantee you a great holiday. And on top of that, we'll give you back $5. See your local retailer for details.
I'm an emergency medical technician. My job is very stressful, and sometimes I get headaches. I take Anacin.
Anacin is so strong, it gets rid of a headache better than any regular strength aspirin.
Anacin lets me get back on the job.
Strong, fast Anacin works better on your headache so you can work better.
If you're the victim of poor produce, there's good news from America's Supermarket. Winn-Dixie's around-the-clock effort brings quality and variety from every corner of our land. Harper's fresh produce rushed to you without delay. So remember, nature makes the produce, Winn-Dixie makes the difference.
What's the fastest way to get from here to here? Well, you can get there from here and hang with Rusty Wallace and other motorsport stars on a luxurious week-long Caribbean cruise on Norwegian Cruise Line's legendary ship, the SS Norway. And you don't even have to pay for it if you win the Miller Genuine Draft Race Crew Sweepstakes Grand Prize. Want to win? Well, better enter. Send a postcard with your name, address, and phone number to Miller Genuine Draft Race Crew Sweepstakes, P.O. Box 101-711, Nashville, Tennessee 37224. You and the guest could be on your way to the vacation of a lifetime this December. Better act fast. You don't want to be left out in the cold. Tonight,
You still ride shotgun in our memory.
the Statler Brothers perform a special tribute for the legendary singing cowboy, Gene Autry. Hee-haw, TNN Tonight.
Back at the North Carolina Motor Speedway with Tim Brewer. Here's another one of the cars in competition, the Kodak car. 2 loose lug nuts will make their time 28.130 seconds.
Richard Childress is 4-time defending champions of the Unocal Pit Crew race. Total time 27.046 seconds. 2 loose lug nuts.
Here's the Meineke car. Joe Nemechek, the driver. 23.681 seconds, no penalties.
Number 77, Greg Sachs, 26.316, 1 penalty, too much fuel left in the dump can.
You think these guys don't get into it? Look at the intensity on their faces right now as they're waiting for Brett Bodine in the Quaker State car.
Yeah, you got Barney Boyd there with a gas can. He just went over the wall. Looks like these guys here got a pretty good opportunity for a good finish today, Barney.
Good stop on the right side of the car. Jackman comes around. If he hits it on the money, they may pick up a little time.
Look at these left side guys here, right together, dead heat, Barney.
That's unusual. Just in synchronization, they do both tires and the car's away.
Good job, Marky. 20.791.
Boy, that's a great time, and it's going to be good for second place if it holds up. Let's see if there's any penalties.
0 all the way. How was it?
Good job. No penalties. Guys did a good job. They've been doing it all year. Pretty solid. It makes my job easier. I'm telling you, I got all the confidence in the world and to call those pit stops whenever we need them.
Second quickest overall. How much of that is preparation, or is there luck come involved? Because I know it's got to be difficult to hit it every time.
It is difficult to do it every time, but I tell you what, these guys, they made them a little practice stand. They go out there at lunch. They go out on their own time. They do it. It's just desire. You got to have the desire to be the best, and that's what it takes.
Kenny Wallace brings the Texaco Haviland Ford in, 21.660 seconds, no penalty.
Jeff Bodine's Exide Battery Ford, 22.180 seconds, no penalties.
Bobby Labonte in the Maxwell House Pontiac will get a good penalty-free stop, 23.116 seconds.
Bill Elliott, the Budweiser Ford, 21.966 seconds, no penalties.
Darrell Waltrip's Western Auto Crew trying to pump each other up a little bit, Tim.
You'll see Pete Wright standing there in the background. He was jackman for me on a couple of these deals.
These guys waiting for Darrell to bring it in. Now, they feel like they can get a good stop here today also. They seem awful loose.
We've got some awful good talent on that team. Pete Peterson, he's front tire changer. He was with us in 1982 when we won this event.
Here comes Darrell down in the pits. He plants it right on the money, and they go to work.
I'll tell you what, those guys had a good approach coming in there. Pete Peterson, he's on the front right there. A little conservative. He's going to tighten about 6 there, it looks like.
Well, you can't afford to make any mistakes. Even if you're a little bit slow and no penalties, it'll pay off in the long run.
That's what's going to win this thing, no penalties.
Good stop so far. Jack is down and away. Gasman chasing that car.
Looks like he's a little bit behind there. That's when they normally run with it, Barney.
That's going to be a good time, and if they don't have any penalties, it may be good for about 4th place.
0.
That will be good for 4th place.
Hey, Pete.
Take a look at how some more of the cars do. Here's Michael Waltrip in the Pennzoil car. 1 loose lug nut, 27.499 seconds.
Harry Gantz, Skull Bandit, last appearance in the Unocal Pit Crew race, 23.589, no penalties.
Rick Mastin of the Skull car, 25.340 seconds, little excess fuel left in the can.
Ward Burton, Hardy Chevrolet, 3 loose lug nuts. Total time, 33.566 seconds.
Barry Dodson of Kyle Petty's team. Let's get his thoughts.
Barry Dodson has a stopwatch in hand, waiting for Kyle Petty. How about this one, Barry? You're a veteran of these.
Well, I don't know. You know, this is a mighty good pit crew, you know, and I've been lucky enough to win the thing 3 times, and they've seen a bunch of mistakes here today, so they know all they need is a good base time and with no problems, and, you know, we might get there. They're awful good.
Barry Dodson has been on the winning team 3 times, and here comes Kyle Petty. Let's see if he plants it on the money, Tim.
Hey, well, he brought the car in real smooth right there. Barry Dodson, he was our jack man here in 1982 when we won. Looks like the guys on the right side down and away.
Good stop as they move to the left side so far. There's the fuel man.
Looks like Jerry had a little problem hooking up with the fuel receiver there, Barney.
Yeah, that'll cost him just a little bit, not that much. Car is down and away. That's going to be a good stop.
Okay, 0 all the way. Pretty good stop, Barry.
Good stop for the guys. Like I say, they're good, and they're good on Sundays. We get the car up there, and then the pit stops pay off.
Here's the owner of the Quality Care Ford, Bud Moore, pumping his team up a little bit, talking to them as they get ready to make their stop.
You ready? Yeah, do it. Ready? Everybody ready?
That's Donnie Wingo, the crew chief.
Warm your brakes up a little bit as you come around.
Very good point that Bud just made. The car's been sitting there for quite some time. The brakes are cold and need a little heat in them before the stop really effective on it.
Lake Speed drops her in there. Now, this team won this thing a couple of years ago. Let's see if they can do it again.
Got one of the older guys in the business, a lot of experience. Harold Stott right there on the right rear. If there's experience, he's the man.
And Lake's going to pull away before they're ready. Boy, that could have been disastrous.
That could have been real bad for Harold right there. Like I said, experienced people, you know, he just pulled out when he seen the wheel start to move. You know, the front guy's got the benefit. It's not spinning. That rear wheel, it could have been really bad for Harold there.
This is not all fun and games if you watch it. Harold Stott shaking his hand, but he's lucky he didn't get it broken.
Well, Barney, here is Gary Dehart. And Gary, you're one of the last guys to run here. You got to beat your teammate.
I'll tell you what, they done a heck of a job, didn't they? It's going to be hard to beat that. They've done a real good job. Those guys, you got to give them credit for it because they've worked their butts off, too. They've pit practice almost every other day, and what can you say? They've done a good job. We're going to try our best, though, to beat them.
This is the last car that will have a chance to beat Jeff Gordon's team. Terry Labonte brings the Kellogg's car in. Let's see if they do a good one.
He brings it right in on the mark. He's a master at that. He's done a good job for us in the past.
A lot of good guys on this team. Good stop on the right side. Jeff Gordon's guys looking on. They're worried.
The left rear guy, he pulled on it a time or two before it came up off the ground right there. It's going to cost him a little time.
Good stop and down and away, but it's not going to be good enough.
Good effort.
And Jeff Gordon's guys know they've clinched it today in the Unocal Pit Crew Championship.
Time to reap the rewards right now, Barney. You know, the pressure's off. It's time to just sit back and enjoy it.
Here's a look at today's rundown, and I think it's certainly worth noting that all the top 10 finishers broke the old world record.
Barney, we'd like to give a call to Harry Gant today in the Skull Band at last appearance in the Unocal Pit Crew race. He and Charlie Presley, the crew chief, know they wanted to do better, but the only thing you can say is, you know, farewell, Harry.
Big disappointment for Dale Earnhardt's team, finishing 23rd. Well, Rusty Wallace and the guys failed to defend their title today, Tim Brewer, but it looks like we've got brand new winners, and once in a while that'll happen.
Sure does, Barney. You know, it's one of those deals. The old guys, we've been around for a long time. It's kind of time for us to move over. Rusty and the guys, you know, they've been dominating on pit road all year. You know, today they had a bad stop, unfortunate, but you got the new regime with Ray Abraham and those guys moving in. They did a simple, basic job, no mistakes, no errors, and they came out on top.
Well, let's go down to Victory Lane. There should be some happy folks down there right now.
Ray, congratulations. I know this means a lot to you guys.
It really does. I'm so proud of this team. These guys, they took it on their own. They handled the pit stops on their own, and Andy Papathanassiou has done a great job with these guys. He used to be our jack man, hurt his back, can't jack anymore. Now he trains the pit crew, and really this is a well-deserved victory for them. I'm really proud of them.
Well, somebody's got to drive the car, but we know, Jeff, this is the day for the crew to shine, and they really did, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely. My job's easy today, and, you know, these guys, they've had great stops all year long, and I'm really proud of them. And they're young, they're aggressive, like this whole team is, and that's what makes us, you know, go out there and try to win and be brave at times and make some big decisions. But they really came through today. I tell you, I think it's neat that it's towards the end of this season, and this is going to get our morale back up. You know, we've had a couple weeks where we really needed some spirit. Boy, we got it now. I'm real pumped up. He just won the Crew Chief of the Year award, and now these guys are winning the World Championship Pit Crew competition.
Did you really put this thing back on the truck?
Well, yeah, it was getting in a trailer, and I'll tell you, it's a great deal, and I'd like to thank the people at Unocal for giving these guys a chance to showcase their talents, because today's their day. I'm really proud of them.
Well, Barney, this great season for this team continues. Winners today in the 1994 Unocal World Pit Crew Championship. Back up to you.
Well, it's all over here at Rockingham, Tim Brewer. We saw a little bit of everything. I'd like to thank you for stepping in with us and helping today. Next year, you're going to be on the other side of the pit road over there.
Thank you very much, Barney. On behalf of Cranifus Haas Racing, which is a new team that we're putting together for next year, we'd like to thank Unocal, North Carolina Motor Speedway, as well as yourself, Barney. It's been a pleasure working with you.
You guys did a good job today. A special thanks to Randy Pemberton, who covered pit road for us, and Bill Weber. And for all our crew here at Rockingham, this is Barney Hall saying so long.
Win next on TNN Motorsports.